The Wally Show podcast is our daily radio show heard live through the Way FM app each morning and hosted by Wally, Gavin, and me, Betty Rock. For more fun, be sure to connect with us at wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online, where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock. You can learn more at ccu.edu/Wally.
Who's that wonderful girl? Could she be any cuter?
Well, she could be a bit nicer. It's News-ish with Betty Rock on The Wally Show.
I didn't know this, but if you need to know this, if you're planning for a Disney trip here soon, you need to know what you can and can't wear to Disney. I didn't know that there was like this idea of what you can and can't.
From the park, I have it internally from my wife.
Oh, she's a Disney adult, and so she knows how she wants to present you.
Oh, yeah. 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 We've Disney bounded before, which is where you dress in homage to a character because you can't wear a character outfit.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, that's one of the things. So if you're planning to come as your favorite Disney character, that's not going to be allowed. You will have to change. Only kids under 12 can be in costume.
It's a crime.
And they say, really? They say it's because they want to preserve the magic and they want the adults that are actually paid to be in character be the only ones.
You don't want a bunch of janky Mickeys running around or, bells and stuff like that and knockoff costumes.
Right. So what was the called again?
Disney bounding.
Bounding. So what it is you and Marty dressed up as Mickey and Minnie, but you wore black pants.
No, red
and a red
pants.
Shirt. Oh,
red pants,
Oh, I'm
black
sorry.
shirt. Come on, get it right. Shoes with yellow on them.
Okay. So it's not technically a costume, but it pays
homage.
Homage?
Homage. It pays homage to it.
Okay. So if there's someone you want to look like, you're going to have to pay homage to it.
Now, I will say this. There is a caveat. If you do Mickey's very scary, not so scary Halloween thing, which we are doing.
Of course you are.
You can wear a costume to that.
Oh.
Yes, as an adult. In fact, you're encouraged to.
Really? Okay. Well, later on, I want to hear what you're going to dress as, what you've been told to dress as. But when it comes to scary things, you can't wear scary clothing. They don't want it clashing with the family-oriented vibe and scaring people.
Yeah.
So whatever your wife has in mind for you to wear, nothing scary. And then finally, they say that you can't wear anything with long trains or dragging fabrics. So mainly this is due to tripping. Can you imagine if you were with a stroller and your kid keeps...
It's hard enough to navigate the park without that.
And on top of that, when it comes to rides, like you don't want your train getting caught in the roller coaster and then it gets ripped off of you. That doesn't bring family-oriented happiness.
Sure, exactly. So you asked about what we're going for Not So Scary. It was my idea.
So you are a Disney adult.
No, I am not.
I knew it.
I didn't want to go. I didn't want to leave it to chance and have to go with something they wanted, like Winnie the Pooh or something like that, because I know who I would have been. Like, who's the biggest? So I said, why don't? Because we're going with a bunch of us. I said, why don't we go as the emotions from Inside Out?
That's really good.
See, I think that's creative.
You're going to be anger, aren't you?
100%. I called it. And then somebody actually called it for me, which was weird. They're like, well, Wally will be anger. I'm like, done.
Whose dish is on the chopping block?
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. I'm looking into the future a little bit there and trying to lay out this hour, and it looks like we have a tough decision to make. We're going to be a little short on time, and so we have to drop one of two songs. It's called Chopped, but we can't make this decision ourselves because we know these people, and I just don't want to hurt any of them, personally. And so we're going to have you be the bad guy, if you will, the middle manager that comes in and brings in the bad news. So we're going to put up two songs, and then you have to tell us which of those two songs you want to keep, and then ultimately which one of those two songs that is going to get chopped between Forrest Frank, Your Way's Better. That is song number one. He's got the hot hand right now. I mean, he's just killing it everywhere. So that's a good song. Or Somebody Prayed by Crowder. Okay, so that's kind of a He's been around for a while. This is a little bit more recent from him.
So I hit my knees 'cause I've seen all heaven move.
So there's that song, or Forrest Frank, Your Way is Better, which I don't have a hook for because we probably just played it 20 minutes ago. Like, we are playing that song so much.
So you can see where Wally is leaning.
Yeah, no, not at all. Like, this is why I don't make these calls. I don't make the decision.
Here's the thing. I think what would be interesting is if we asked Crowder what he would prefer, because
True.
Interestingly enough, Crowder hurt his leg.
Yeah.
Forrest Frank hurt his back.
Yep.
Okay. Now the Lord healed Forrest Frank,
But not Crowder.
but not Crowder.
Who's got sin in their life? That's what the disciples
right?
asked Jesus.
Would Crowder be like, let's chop Forrest Frank? He's
'cause
out.
He's out there walking around like showing off his healed back in front of everybody. I'm up here like with pins in my leg in my bed. I can't move.
Now, given Crowder is in his 50s,
Yeah.
and Forrest is in his 20s, but I mean, whatever. It's
So,
fine.
a tough decision that you'll have today. So we'll take some calls on this, and you'll get to decide which of these two songs get chopped. Is it going to be Forrest Frank's Your Way's Better? Yeah, it goes like that. Yeah.
A little like that.
Yeah, a little like that. Or Crowder, Somebody Prayed. You get to make the call right now. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. Help us out. So now it's up to you, because I can't break either of these two gentlemen's heart. Which of these songs do you want to keep, and which is getting the chop?
So the song that I would want to keep is Your Way's Better by Forrest Frank.
Really?
Because, yeah, it's just so good and catchy.
I wasn't sure I was going to go, because we play so much Forrest Frank right now. He's gotten so exposed on social media because of the whole back breaking thing, and then 3 songs written from his, recovery bed and stuff. There's a lot of Forrest Frank everywhere I turn. And so that's good. No, it's a great song, and I'm glad you like it. So what's the reason you want to keep it?
So I want to keep it because my 6-year-old loves that song. And every time it comes on, she just lights up and she's like, "Turn it up, Mom." And I don't know if you know the TikTok dance.
Oh, I do.
But
I do.
She just is, she's back there doing it, and we just have the best time. And so it's a moment of connection for us, not only just a moment of praise. So.
There you go. And that is worth its weight in gold for sure. So here we go. Shelby is determined that we are keeping Forrest Frank, which means Mr. Crowder gets the axe today on Chop.
Oh Lord, I need you now more than ever. Would you put my heart back together? I searched the world till my head hurt just to find out your ways better. Oh, oh, your ways better.
Hey, Wally, do you have a minute?
Sorry, busy.
I have cake.
Oh, what do you need?
Yeah, see, that's a perfect example of, even though we are busy, we make time for what's important.
Yeah, because going back to school as an adult, you're busy with work, you've got family, but if you want to make your education a priority, trust me, you can do it. Betty did.
Like, when I first started, I was super intimidated because it had been a while since I've been in school. But, I mean, from the very first conversation, I felt like they were setting me up for success.
Yeah, and going back to school with CCU's flexible online courses makes it so convenient.
Yeah, and what's so cool is every class has a biblical worldview perspective. And so you think, well, how can they turn math into a biblical worldview? They find a way.
Yeah, and that was one of my jobs when I was teaching at CCU, was integrating not just the facts and figures of things, but how your faith plays into what you're going to do.
CCU offers Christ-centered higher education, transforming students to impact the world with grace and truth.
Cultivate your mind without compromising your heart. Get started today at online.ccu.edu. Colorado Christian University is a non-profit impact partner.
With so much drama in the news,
I hate drama, so there you go.
You love drama.
I know I do, right?
this is a drama-free zone. It's news-ish on The Wally Show.
So the Cracker Barrel controversy is on. Betty Rock, do you know about this?
I have only heard bits and pieces of it, so I need you to tell me.
Okay, I'm going to break it down for you. So the
I
new
can tell I'm
CEO
already angry.
I know, you should be. Decided that they would give their restaurant and logo a little bit of an update. But if you know anything about Cracker Barrel folk, it's that they live by the motto, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Amen.
And so some of the restaurants got a facelift. They painted it all white inside.
What?
They still got stuff hanging from the walls. It's just
absolutely not
cleaner.
We don't want clean walls.
I know you don't. It's a cleaner, like modern farmhouse look, you know. But people took to social media to blast them, which illustrates another point: is that if this is the worst of your problems today, and you're going on social media to flame a company about paint,
you're right.
You're doing good.
Yeah,
like
you're right.
Your day's good.
You're
your
blessed.
Life, your life is pretty good. Well, Cracker Barrel has heard the cry of its people, and they finally responded with a rather lengthy response, saying, in the last few days, if it has not shown us anything, it's how deeply people care about Cracker Barrel. We're truly grateful for your heartfelt voices, which is a lie. If you read through the lines, like, why are these people doing this? This is not a big deal. Yeah. But here we go. We'll placate. You've also shown us what we could have done better in sharing the news, of who we are and who we'll always be. Miss Julie, she's the CEO. So she said Cracker Barrel needs to feel like the Cracker Barrel of today and tomorrow. This is when you're so into your company, like
Cracker Barrel of today and tomorrow.
You know what? No, the soul of Cracker Barrel is not changing. The rocking chairs are still there. The fireplace is still there. The peg game is still there. All the things that make Cracker Barrel. But that's not good enough because the stock dropped 13% last week. That's how you get a company's attention, honestly. But then I'm like, the people that are mad at this, what do you think the odds of them having stock in Cracker Barrel are?
Slim to none.
Exactly. So who's dropping them, you know? She said, while our logo and remodels might be making headlines, our bigger focus is still right where it belongs, in the kitchen and on your plate. Serving generous portions of food that you crave at fair prices and doing it with the kind of country hospitality that brightens your day and creates lasting memories. Doesn't that sound like a fun place to eat?
Yeah, but I don't want it to look like an updated log cabin. I want it to be a log cabin.
I know. You know, it took a team of writers and revisions to craft that response. And in the end, in true modern company conflict resolution, they basically promised to do the work. We know we won't always get everything right the first time, but we'll keep testing and learning and listening to our guests and employees.
I said no!
So I drove by our Cracker Barrel down by my house. And I was not going in. I can't support this change. No, but I'm like, the logo on the outside was still the same.
Oh, thank goodness.
And it looked like from the window from the outside like it was still dark inside.
Oh,
so
good.
Maybe they put a halt to it, the ones that haven't been updated. But I think they're going to do it to all of them. I think they're going to stay the course.
They better not.
Yeah, well,
they better not.
I think they are. So you're getting a cleaner, at least brighter. It's
we
brighter.
We don't go to Cracker Barrel for the brightness and the cleanness.
I know. You go there for a waffle or a pancake that may or may not have been dropped on the floor. But you know what? It adds character, and you cannot beat that place. Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show. And we all have moments in our lives where we have a decision to make and we kind of labor over it. And many times as believers, we attach like God's will to it. Like, God, is this your will or not? What college should I go to? And if I don't want to get it wrong, because what if I go to the wrong college and then I'm outside your will and my life just implodes? And like, we put a lot on that.
Yeah, we do.
I really do believe when it comes to God's will, though, like if you're seeking Him and you're living for Him, your location doesn't matter, Yeah,
because I think we put Him in a box sometimes, and He needs us to do a certain thing. But the thing is, like you said, like if we're not going to do it, someone else will.
Yeah, and so like I don't think it's like, oh, you're way outside my will, can't use you now, But like, I'm curious about this. When you look at your life, have you ever had a what if moment? Like you're like, okay, what if I had gone to a different college? What if I had done this other thing? You think back on those moments?
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
Like what if I had not been dating the guy that was listening to Way FM.
Right.
And then I ended up not working here, finding this job and working here.
What? And then I became the man in your life. That's so
what?
cool.
No. Oh gosh, no. I know.
You're like, when you put it that way.
This can't be God's will. This cannot be what He meant when He said, "I want what's good for you." This can't be it.
So good. I've thought about that too. Like, I wonder, like, what if Heaven's Fire had actually gone somewhere? Yeah.
That's a big what if.
Yeah, what if my band Heaven's Fire had made it back in the day I wouldn't have met like my wife because I wouldn't have been in college. I would have been touring the world.
Oh, I see.
It's a world tour kind of thing, obviously. I mean, come on, you can see it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I can't see it.
Yeah. So, what is that what if moment that you have had? Like, you go back in your mind, like Betty has hers, I have mine. What if, like, would you have done something differently? Or sometimes, too, it can actually be that negative what if moment. What if I had chosen not to drink and drive that night? Or, you know, like something like that. So it could be a positive or a negative. I'm just curious. So what is your what if moment? 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. We'll take yours right now. What was that what if moment?
The what if is, what if my first choice for junior prom had been available? Because she was the one that I wanted to take to prom. I really liked, but my best friend had already asked her. So she had another friend. It was another person I was kind of close to, and I asked her if we could just go to prom as friends. And today is our 8th wedding anniversary.
Oh, no way. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know what? It's always better marrying your second choice. Always.
Absolutely.
You know what? I wouldn't put that in a card for her, Mike. You'll always be number 2 in my heart. What's yours?
Of course. So mine is that I met my now future husband on Hinge, one of the dating apps. And I'd had some experiences with some jerks before, and I was kind of jaded. And I didn't know if I was going to go out on any more dates. But I looked at his profile, and I decided, well, I'll give this one more a chance. And it was that one more that I met him. He was amazing, and we're getting married in 5 weeks.
Oh, congratulations. How long have you known him? 6 weeks?
No, about 3 years now.
Oh, nice. I'll tell you, Betty Rock dipped her toe into the internet dating pool and then found out it was contaminated for her. And so she dipped back out of it. And so I'm really glad that it worked out for you, because it works for some people, and then other people, it's just not their thing. But that's awesome for you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And, you know, sometimes it's just that one. So,
yeah,
Betty, we'll see. Hinge, of all of them, was probably the best app that I'd use.
Really? Okay, that's good to know. Not for me, but for Betty. I'm like, yeah, Hinge, I'm taking notes. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and I'd gotten an email from a lady last week, Sarah. She was like, "Hey, I had to go to work before I heard the $40,000 match. Did you guys hit it? Please tell me you guys hit that." She's referring to Support Drive. And I love that she was so invested that she's like, I want to know how you guys did.
Aww.
And I didn't get to hear it.
Yeah, because she takes a personal investment into the ministry of Way FM, which is what we want.
Yeah, because she supports it. And so when big things come up, she's like, I want to know that it's going well and that things are working. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, we definitely hit that. It was great. The update for you, if you're kind of like Sarah and you're like, okay, you finished up last week, but I never heard how it all ended up. We ended up short of the goal. We ended up at 85% of the overall 100%.
Yeah.
So that's still a decent chunk away.
I consider that a win.
Yeah. You notice Gavin's not here today. We've already made a couple cuts. That's
a joke, guys. That's a joke.
We haven't told Gavin yet, but that's going to be a hard conversation for Betty.
What? No,
yeah.
I'm not doing that.
And so the truth of the matter is, so we did come up a little short. But if you wanted to support the ministry and you're like, yeah, I just got so busy last week, I didn't get a chance to get in and do that. The link is still up at wayfm.com, because we'd really like to make up that 15% and end at 100%. You know, so the drive is over officially. But if you still wanted to help out, you can definitely do that.
When you text the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 91979, we will send you a link. That's GIVE to 91979.
So your best monthly gift or your best single gift, whatever it is right now, still goes to help make up that deficit.
And when you do give the reason as you want to keep Gavin
Gavin
on the payroll.
Yes. please let us just keep Gavin. All right, text the word GIVE to 91979. And if you did give during the event, just thank you. Thank you for getting us that far.
Thank you so much.
We cannot do this without you.
When you need a break from the heavy news, we've got you covered.
I am honored to help.
It's News-ish on The Wally Show.
How sad is it that I am thrilled when my wife and I go to a fast food place and we get out, just the two of us, for under $20? something is wrong.
That is, because
with that
it's
world.
fast food. It shouldn't be over $20.
And it doesn't happen at Chick-fil-A because our meals are each over $10 if you do like a value meal or a combo meal.
But that comes blessed by the Lord, so that's worth the extra.
Culver's puts me just under because she gets a kid's meal. But McDonald's has gotten way out of pocket on this. Well, the good news is you could be seeing lower prices at McDonald's in the near future. So sales are down because they're outpricing themselves and like the value for the money just isn't there. And one McDonald's insider spoke about his situation and the perception because of one McDonald's that lost its mind. He says, I can't tell you how it frustrates me and worries me that many of our franchisees, when I hear about an $18 Big Mac meal being sold, even if it was at just one location in the U.S., and we have 13,700, though it's tough that people believe that's the rule, not the exception. Because like in New York and things like that, it's crazy. And each of the franchises can set their own prices.
Oh.
So if they want to charge you $20 for a Big Mac meal, they can do it, which is lunacy.
Wow.
Yeah, so they don't have the control over that. And so because of that, they had like a come to Jesus meeting with the franchises and we're like, we're not going to survive like this because people, the whole idea of McDonald's was you knew it wasn't great food.
Right.
I'm not looking for that out of McDonald's. I'm looking for cheap and fast.
Right.
Taco Bell, another example. Taco Bell, what happened to you?
I don't
What
know.
happened to you?
They got too big for their britches, is
I know,
what my mama
it's
would say.
crazy. And so what McDonald's is doing is they've agreed to have the combo meal be 15% less than if you bought into the things individually. So basically, if you paid $10 for everything, then it would be $8.50 for the combo.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
So what they'll do is they'll just raise the prices of the individual things. I know.
You'll
I
give
know.
them ideas.
I know. And so, but they are adding menus or things to their everyday value menu. But I don't know about you, like our value menu at the McDonald's by us is so confusing on the board and you're trying to order and they make it tiny print on the right-hand side. It's confusing whether you get 2 for this or 1 for this. You got people behind you honking. You know, it's just anarchy. Like, stop, I'm trying to figure out if I can get nuggets with this, all right? Stop. It's a lot of pressure up here.
Get yourself a Happy Meal. You need to be happy.
Exactly. And it's nuts. And so they make it like more confusing. And the crazy thing is, too, you would think, okay, we threw all this money at like minimum wage for these jobs, and then you're not getting any better service.
Yeah.
And these places are not being able to hire people still. They're still understaffed, and you raised all these rates. So it tells me there's a problem with the situation, not with the money. It's kind of like the homeless situation. You cannot just throw money at a homeless situation and think it's going to solve it, because it does not. It's the same thing here. You have to change the environment. That's what Chick-fil-A does so well. Kids want to work there, you know, and they create an environment that I don't mind paying the more money for it, because I know the place is going to be clean. I know they're going to say my pleasure. They're not going to be inconvenienced by me being there.
The order will be right.
The order will be right.
And even if it's wrong, you know that that's the Lord
100%.
providing, saying this is what you needed,
That's right.
better than what you ordered.
You didn't need 2 of those meals. You just needed 1. That's why we're getting, and you're getting the grilled nuggets, not the fried ones. Okay, there you go. You're welcome. My pleasure. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. And one of the things I did not do well in my career early on was admit when I didn't know how to do something. Like, I just pretended. I fake it till you make it. That's what I did, like, in the beginning. And as I've gotten older, I think it's better just to admit that you don't know how to do something when you don't. Most of the time. Sometimes, in the case of Tyrese Maxey, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, so he's an NBA star, and he's a young kid. I'm looking to see, how old is this guy? He's 24 years old.
That's
okay?
still old,
He was
shockingly
born in
old.
2000.
Wow.
That makes you feel old for sure. Definitely does for me. But recently, he went on TikTok Live, okay? And he was holding a simple can opener, a manual can opener, okay?
Yeah, with the little winder thing.
Yeah, and you're like, why is this guy going live on his Instagram account with thousands of followers with just a can opener in hand? But it was because he had this question.
Tell me what I need to do. Somebody on here, help me out. Show me how to work this thing.
Come on, man.
He had no idea how to use a manual can opener. And what was so funny is if you watch the video, he is trying each and every way to make this thing work. He cannot figure it out. I mean, he's holding the can in different ways. He just cannot figure out how this thing works. So he thought the best thing to do is to just admit humility here, let his pride go, and ask for help from his followers.
The Pampered Chef one is a little confusing because it doesn't go vertically. You lay it horizontally on your can, and it was a game changer, but very confusing at first. You cannot. Okay, this guy's a multimillionaire now, lives in a mansion, like he's doing great. You cannot tell me you never opened a can of SpaghettiOs as a kid.
He's 24.
Unless he was like a rich kid.
They made those like pop open.
Oh, see, we did not make things better for our youth. You think that it's a great idea giving them a pop top, but apparently, look what we've done.
Yeah, now they don't know how to use a manual can opener.
We've handicapped
And what's so
them.
funny, too, I cut this out, but he was opening a can of pureed pumpkin for his dogs, okay? Sometimes you need to do that for your dogs. It's good for their health. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Anyway, but he said, Chef usually does this for me.
Chef, there you go. Yeah.
Chef usually does this.
But you know what, y'all?
He's got to figure it out now for himself as a 24-year-old.
That's insane. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. This is a chance for you to, if you had your own live right now and you are having to admit to something you don't know how to do that maybe everyone else knows how to do, what would it be?
Yeah.
Like, do you not know how to use a toilet plunger?
And listen, too.
Betty knows.
Hey. Yeah, because of what you've left behind. No, listen, let your pride, let it leave.
Yeah.
Okay? You can even be anonymous if you want to. But we want to know that one thing that everybody knows how to do, but you, for some reason, it skipped you.
It missed you. Yeah.
It missed you.
All right. So 855-33-WAVE, we're not going to judge you, okay?
I might a little bit.
Yeah, Betty will, but I'm not. I won't judge you because odds are I don't know how to do it either because I don't know how to do a whole lot, okay? So 855-33-WAVE-FM is the number. That's 855-33-WAVE-FM. We'll take the thing that you do not know how to do that you think everyone else might know how to do right now. What's yours, Melody?
I can't ride a bike. I don't know how.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
31. Okay. I am not going to make fun of you. Contrary to popular belief, you would think I would tease you about this, but I am not. My daughter is 26 years old, and she also does not know how to ride a bike.
Oh, okay. You can't make fun of me then.
No.
I blame our parents.
Yeah, because, it's my fault. I should have made her get on a bike. I should have made her ride a bike when she was little. I tried when she was about 22. And she just freaked out. I'm like, you should have balance by now. You can touch. When you're a kid,
I feel like
get
by
it.
then you just care too much about falling and but we definitely need to go practice in the grass. It's not too late.
We had told her, we were on vacation, and we told her, I said, okay, on Wednesday morning, we're going to all rent bikes, and we're going to ride through this park, and it's going to be amazing.
No.
She stressed about it for 2 days. And then when we got there was a sign on the ground of this park that said no bicycles allowed. And she was the happiest she's ever been in her life. So what is the thing that you could not do that other people seem to be able to do as adults?
I did not know my alphabet in order until I was 17.
How is that possible? Like, how did people in your life in school go, you know what, she was close enough, let's pass her to 4th grade. And then 4th grade's like, I don't know how she got here, but I can't take the hit on this. Let's get her to 5th grade. How?
They never quizzed us on the alphabet in order because they assumed everyone knew it.
Were you homeschooled?
No, I was at a private Christian school, and somehow it just fell through.
I am curious to see how much of it actually stuck once you learned it. So what comes after T?
Oh, no.
No. You know what? Life is about learning, and you'll get it eventually.
It's you.
Yay! As in, I don't think you actually know the alphabet. Uplifting WayFM, this is The Wally Show. Have you ever been to a movie and then something happened, or you're watching a TV show and you have to leave the room and you don't hear how the show ended?
Yes.
You feel unsettled.
Yes, I needed closure.
Yeah, and I get that. I'm the same way. And I just thought about this. Like, a lot of people listened to Support Drive last week and they heard it going on at different times when they listened, but then they probably weren't there Friday night to hear the incredible rally that we had very last minute at the end, but then to also hear how things landed. And so I just wanted to give you an update because there are a lot of people that were emailing me over the weekend like, hey, how'd you guys do? Where'd you go? And I love the fact that people are curious about it because they care. That means they care about how this thing ended up. Now, I would love to be like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it. God showed up in a big way and we got 100%. Like, hey! And that's the celebration. That's not the story that happened, okay? So we did not end up at 100%. We ended up at about 85%. So we're a decent way off, but that being said, it was still a great day. From where we started that morning to getting to that point, you can't say that God didn't show up. It was a big thing, and we made up a huge amount of ground, very last minute style. But that does mean that there is still a deficit. And so if you got busy or thought, oh, my stuff doesn't really matter, someone else will get that. Now maybe hopefully you see, oh, okay, supporting this ministry and subscribing to it, I am needed, and I can still be a part of that. We left the link up for you at wayfm.com because it does matter, and so all of the same things we talk about during Support Drive, the free Bibles going out. I love that we were mailing out Bibles in the middle of Support Drive. That's a cool thing, and all the things that we talk about, the right song at the right moment, and the if you've ever had that moment, or if you care about this ministry and you love it and you share it with people, would you consider getting involved in helping out? Because you can still help make up that deficit. That's a big deal. That 15%, if we could actually make that up in the next couple weeks here, that would be amazing.
So we've got it all set up for you. All you have to do is text the word GIVE to 91979. That's GIVE, GIVE, to 91979, and we will send you a link.
And if you played a role in Support Drive last week, just thank you. I mean, you got us to that point, and we cannot do this without you, and we're so appreciated and humbled by your generosity.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.
Uplifting Way FM. If it's trending, streaming, or starring, Betty Rock's got it on The Rock Report.
Wally, have you ever had anything 3D printed?
Yes, and I love it. I had thought about buying a 3D printer one time, but then I'm like, I don't print enough things to make it worth all the learning curve. But my friend Paul has one, and he's done stuff for me.
Well, what if I told you I could make you a 3D printed toilet seat?
I would say you can have the day off. Get her done.
Get her done. Well, that's the case for actor Harrison Ford, which is so crazy. Okay, so this man has all the money in the world.
Why would he need a 3D printed toilet?
But in one of his homes, in his home in Wyoming, he has a toilet there where I guess he just loves it so much, and they stopped making that toilet, and he claims that the seat to the toilet is discolored and unattractive. Okay? Let's not go into it. Okay? It is what it is.
Wants a new seat.
He wants a new seat. So anyways, he called up some plumbers. He's done all the footwork and the leg work. Leg work, running work. You get it. Anyway,
the hiney work.
Yeah, he did the hiney work. And he found out that there's no way that he can get a replacement seat because this toilet is discontinued.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Call China.
No, that's not what he does. He calls up his good friend Jay Leno, night show host guy.
What does he have to do with toilets?
So he remembered that Jay Leno is really into 3D printing, and he was like, I wonder if he would be willing to make me a 3D printed toilet seat.
Okay.
And you know what? He called up Jay Leno. They're not the best of friends. I mean, they've met, of course, because they've been on the show or whatever. And he brought it up to Jay, and Jay was like, absolutely.
I would do that too.
Let me get on this. And so Harrison Ford, he said, quote, he's embracing the project in a way that I thought I never could have imagined.
I would overcomplicate it, and I would be all in.
Oh,
and I
would.
Harrison Ford would regret he ever called me.
He would, because you'd be calling. You'd be like, "Can I come over and take measurements?" Okay,
and
now.
not of the seat of your hiney. We got to get this knocked out, sir. I want it to be perfect for you. I want to cradle you like nobody's business. Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show, and for most people, kids are back in school by now, and I am curious about something, okay? I don't have a little anymore, and so I keep hearing about how much it costs to send your kids back to school, and I never really felt the sting of it too badly, because when my daughter was like in elementary school, they weren't like, oh, you have to bring in something for everyone in the school, you have to fund basically everyone's health needs and wipes and all this other stuff. It's like gotten crazy out of pocket, and so I'm curious. I just want to do 5 calls it this year, and I'm just curious what you think it set you back to send your kid back to school. Not computers, not clothes, that kind of stuff, but just actual school supplies that were on that list there. I want to take an average of what it costs to send a kid back to school now.
It shouldn't be over $100.
Oh, and it should not be that at all. I mean, if you like some wipes and something else,
Clorox wipes,
but
like
even that
Kleenex.
You shouldn't be having to do. It's
yes, you should.
No,
yes.
It's not your job.
Yes, it is. If it's not the parent's job, then whose is it? The teacher's?
You send
She's got to do enough as it is.
No, you send your kid in with Kleenex if they need Kleenex. You send your kid in with whatever they need for that day.
No, I
That's
disagree.
It. Oh, really?
Yes, I disagree.
Well, wait till you have a kid and you start paying for everyone else's kid. You will agree with me because I know how cheap you are.
That's true.
That is true. All right, so let's do a little 5 calls it here, okay? What did you spend on school supplies for your kid going back? And this can count on like the trapper keepers plus all the other stuff. Just the actual school supplies to get your kid back in school. I'm curious what it costs now. We'll take an average. So 855-33-WAY-FM. No computers, anything like that. 855-33-WAY-FM. We'll take your number now. Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show. Titus, welcome to 5 calls it. So most kids are back in school, and I know a lot of parents are like, man, I have to spend so much just to send my kid back to school. So I'm trying to figure out on average how much it costs. So outside of computers and things like that, school supplies, just to get your kid back in school, what did it cost you, do you think, Titus?
Yes, sir. I've got 2 boys and got them back into school. We're talking markers. We're talking colored pencils.
Sure.
We're talking napkins or paper towels, wet wipes. I mean, the whole 9 yards. We were close to $140 per kid.
Per kid?
Yeah, there was a lot of supplies involved this year. It just seems like each year we go up a little bit more. I mean, It's been a little bit more than what we expected, that's for sure.
Okay, well, I got you down. I appreciate that. That's way higher than I would have thought. So we'll see how you stack up with everybody else, Titus. Thank you. All right, Brittany, you're up. So what did you think you spent on your child to get him back in school?
Okay, so I have 2 children, and I know that I spent $400 at Office Max getting supplies this year.
Okay, so $200 each a kid. I thought Titus before you was crazy at $140. $200. What did you get for that?
Well, so I got all the little folders, paper, pencils. We didn't do backpacks. That wasn't backpack supply. That was just...
Well, of course not. You'd have to rob a bank at this point to afford a backpack. All right, Jessica, you're up. What did those little varmints cost you to send them back to school?
Well, just in school supplies, it was about $350 for 2 kids, and then we had a $400 registration fee.
Well, for what? Like, why? Like, was it a private school?
Nope, it's a public school in Colorado, and the registration fees are to pay for additional supplies. I'm not sure.
That is insane. That's not what public school is supposed to do. That is crazy. And in Colorado, let's be honest, are they getting a good education?
I think we are.
Okay.
My kids are doing pretty well. My daughter reads at a 6th grade level.
In 8th grade?
In 4th grade.
Okay, that's good. 4th grade is good. All right, Sharon, you're up. What did it cost you to send your kids back to school this year?
4 grandkids, about $300 a piece.
That's $1,200 for 4 grandkids. Okay, now at that point, you've got to look at them on earning potential and go, okay, we don't need to send you all. That is insane.
But not only do you have to buy the supplies, you have to get the specific things the teacher asks for.
Well, I'll tell you what, with yours and everybody else that called, the average of all of you together is $247 to send your kid back to school. Public school, I might add.
And then they ask for a $50 class donation.
At some point, it's got to break. Now, I don't want teachers having to come out of pocket, but the whole idea of the education system and the thing that we all pay taxes for is that they should be covering this kind of stuff.
Exactly. I was a teacher for 35 years. And I spent a heck of a lot of money on my students in that time.
Yeah, well, this is what you do. You use it as a math lesson for your kids. You have them figure out how long it would take them to pay you back just to send you to school. So at least have some real-world learning in it, and let them get something out of this.
Exactly.
Uplifting Way FM. This is The Wally Show, and joy is one of those things that people talk a lot about, but not everybody experiences fully. Some people, you have to choose it. This is something I kind of pulled away from church this week that maybe will land with you, I don't know, because we started with a question, like, what is the most important thing to you? And so you were all thinking like, oh yeah, my family or whatever, but like beside your family, like, what's the most important thing to you? And then he asked, like, now, what if someone else answered that question about you? Based on what they see and what they know about you, would those two things match up? Or is what you spend your time and your money on obvious to everybody else, but not to you, kind of thing, And I was like, oh, that's an interesting thought, because joy is defiant. And those two words don't seem like they fit in the same sentence, but the idea is that joy is not joy because of circumstance. Joy is joy beyond circumstances that surround us. Joy stares hardship in the face and refuses to give in and become fear or doubt. Joy is steadfast, joy is resilient, and joy is lasting when we choose to let our joy be our identity, and our society talks a lot about identity today, and God bless so many people that are lost and confused in that area. And I do believe that inside at their core, they're searching for something and that they're lost, and that they have substituted the joy of the Lord for this joy that they're seeking. Instead of finding the joy of the Lord, they're trying to fill it with other things, and that's a dangerous game to play because it's, you'll never find it.
It's never enough.
Exactly. And so joy allows us to rejoice in hard times, to worship in loss, and to praise in pain. And when you're confused, rejoice. This is kind of what the pastor was going through. He's like, think about it like this. When you're confused, rejoice. When you're hurt, rejoice. When you're angry, rejoice. Because that idea of being thankful, being grateful, finding joy in the middle of all the hard stuff will help you weather that. Like, your circumstances or your failures are not what defines you. Your God does. And if you want more joy in your life, you need to have more Jesus in there, And so that relationship with Jesus is the key to joy. Because people who seek Jesus, not for what he can do for them, but rather just to be with him, those are the people, if you dig down into it, truly have joy. And those are the people that you look at and you go, oh, I see what you love, And I think that that's a big takeaway for people. Like, when they look at your life, could they answer the thing you loved more than anything else was Jesus? And if they can say that, then you're doing something right.
Well, that's the end, but it doesn't have to be. Check out our Aftercast. It's new stuff you didn't hear in the podcast. Be sure to rate us on iTunes as well as connect with us on social media. Just search Wally Show. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group made exclusively for you potties, the link is in the description of this podcast. Thanks to Colorado Christian University Online for supporting what we do.